They said it couldn't be done. They said no one could cross the Alps, especially not with a full army and elephants. But in the year 218 BC, one man did. His name was Hannibal Barca, and Rome would never forget him. Long before he stood at the foot of the Alps, Hannibal was just a boy in Carthage, sworn to vengeance. His father, Hamilcar Barca, a proud general of Carthage, led the young Hannibal to the temple. There he made him swear eternal hatred of Rome. That oath would shape the destiny of empires. When Hamilcar died, Hannibal took command of Carthage's army in Spain. Brilliant, ruthless, and charismatic, he conquered Iberian tribes and expanded Carthage's reach. But one city, Saguntum, dared defy him. It was under Roman protection. Hannibal took it anyway. Rome declared war. Hannibal didn't wait. He had a plan so bold it sounded insane. Rather than wait for Rome to attack, Hannibal would bring the war to their doorstep. But to do that, he needed to cross one of the most formidable natural barriers in the world: the Alps. From Spain to Italy, it was a journey of nearly 1,500 kilometers. His army? 90,000 infantry, 12,000 cavalry, and around 40 war elephants. The Alps were no mere mountains. They were a wall of ice and rock, treacherous, narrow, and deadly. Most believed an army could never survive it. But Hannibal was not like most men. It was late autumn when they reached the mountains. Snow had already begun to fall. The mountain passes were narrow, slippery, and blocked by hostile tribes who hurled stones from above. Soldiers froze at night. Horses slipped and died. The elephants, though symbols of power, struggled to find footing on ice-covered slopes. One Carthaginian soldier later wrote, "It was not war, it was survival. The mountains killed more than the Romans ever could." Entire sections of Hannibal's army were lost to avalanches, landslides, and starvation. But he pressed on. To boost morale, Hannibal climbed to a rocky peak and pointed toward the distant plains of the Po Valley. "There lies Rome, yours if you have the courage to take it." That vision kept them moving. After over 2 weeks in the mountains, barely half the army survived. Only one elephant would reach Italy. But Hannibal had done the impossible. The Romans were stunned. No one expected an army to come from the north. Then came the Battle of Trebia, followed by Lake Trasimene, and finally the devastating Battle of Cannae, where Hannibal encircled and annihilated a Roman army twice his size. The Alps had forged him in ice and blood, and now Rome bled. 15 years, Hannibal roamed Italy like a phantom, never defeated, but never truly victorious. He waited for support that never came. In time, Rome took the war to Carthage's doorstep. Hannibal was forced to return. In 202 BC, at the Battle of Zama, Hannibal faced Scipio Africanus. This time, it was Hannibal who was outmaneuvered. Rome won, Carthage fell. Hannibal escaped, became a wanderer, an exile, a ghost of his former glory. He eventually took his own life to avoid capture, but his legend never died. Even today, military academies study his tactics, generals fear his brilliance, and the Alps still whisper of the man who dared to cross them. Hannibal didn't just fight battles. He fought nature, betrayal, time, and the Roman Empire. He crossed the Alps not just with soldiers, but with willpower strong enough to move mountains. And though Rome triumphed, it never forgot the man who brought war to its heart, a man carved into history, into legend, into the eternal snows of the Alps, Hannibal Barca. If you enjoyed this journey through history, don't forget to subscribe to Arrakis for more stories of war, mystery, and legend.